Right, do you remember where we all were? She'd just come over to grill some stuff at our place and bought a butane tank grill and a cement stand or something like that. So she's asking where do we set up in the middle of a park. Claire beamed it up at me with her equipment beside her. I was kind of surprised she managed to get all that up to the top of my apartment door without me noticing. Do you mean she's not as clumsy as you, banging everything against the walls? This way! I moved to pick up the cement table, but Claire managed to lift it with one arm. She had the grill tucked under the other one, so all I really needed to do was grab the tank. The cement table must have been a lot higher than it looked, because Claire had no problem following me through my apartment with it. Okay, well, I guess that must mean that... What am I doing? My mind has just gone completely blank. I meant to say that at least we're not doing that numbskull thing where we're like, oh, you're a girl, you can't carry those things. That's what I meant to say, and my mind went blank. It wasn't really until we got to my bedroom that I realised this should have felt weirder. We're going to be grilling in my bedroom? Normally, I'd have made a couple dumb jokes by now about bringing a girl to my room where the only place to really sit was my bed. Claire just set the table on the balcony without really paying much attention to the room it was attached to, so obviously she didn't care or was trying to get it done quickly now she's realised she's in a nightmare. Should I make a joke about it? Nah, it's too late now. This is going to be absolutely great! Claire was really in her element as she got the grill ready and the marinated meat on it. You're gonna just... love Grandad's pig paint. Okay, why the dramatic pause there? You're gonna love his pig paint. Like, what am I on, a secret game show? Am I being punked? Is this why she doesn't mind being in my room? She knows that nothing's gonna go down. It's just a game show. Pig paint? I'm pretty sure I've never heard barbecue sauce called that before. Oh, that's what it was. Literally no idea what she meant. Claire laughed. That's what he calls it. It's not quite the same as sauce, but it's not really a dip or mop either. What the hell is a mop? I have never heard of sauce being called a mop. All I'm learning is that Americans are weird. Oh, although we're not in America, are we? We're like Ireland or something because of euros. It's really great though. It soaks right into the meal and it's got a beautiful colour and smoky appley flavour. It did have a nice pink to it. That tiny grill had little trouble cooking it either. It had a lot of power for something so small. Everything about this felt so natural, so much like Claire that I really shouldn't have started thinking about Emily. But of course I did. I always had to ruin the mood. Claire's happy humming turned into whistling as I started to think back on all the times Emily cooked for me back at the dorm. She was always happy as a clam about it too. So was I actually. It's amazing how cooking for someone you love can bring that out of you. Will it? I don't know, I've done that before and I get sick on the third day. Did this mean that Claire loved me? Oh my god. No, it couldn't possibly be that that's her job and she enjoys doing it. No, it must mean that she loves you. Maybe, or it could just be that she loves grilling. She was probably excited to have me try her grandfather's sauce. Or I guess paint. I guess that's one thing to call it. Will certainly make you throw up in the morning. How did I feel about Claire? I don't know, I was going to say maybe more, but I've seen her gormless face staring back at me and now I'm confused. I don't know, maybe more. Let's see how the romance system in this game works. Maybe there's still time to salvage it and go for someone else. I really liked her. She was cool, smart, and this weird paradox of being like Emily while not being anything like her. Or maybe I was just projecting Emily onto her and they really had nothing common at all, yet it's that one. Where's your propane torch? Claire's question jarred me out of my thoughts so hard that I probably looked like a confused deer as I scrambled up the answer. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, it is a weird question. Oh god, I'm so bright. It's not even that light outside, it's just... I'm clearly that white. Jesus. But yeah, confused deer, that's what she was thinking of. I just realised I've got a massive mosquito bite. You probably can't see it. Oh no, you can see it. There you go. It doesn't look as big on camera, but that's just happened. It's downstairs in the kitchen. That's what I keep scratching. What, they're like $30 and you're a chef. Why don't you have one up here? Well, to be honest, I didn't really use it outside of work. I'm kind of culinary boring on my own. Great. Now I won't get that crispy sear that I want. Oh, well, it's still got... You could have just asked beforehand. Who the fuck is a torch lying around in their house? That's a real specialist tool. Oh, I could go and get it. Nah, don't bother. Claire pulled the meat off the grill and presented the plate to me. I went to go fetch a fork, which prompted an odd look from Claire. I think she just expected me to eat it with my hands. I might have, but the steam rolling off it warned me otherwise. I was going to say, that would be quite hot. It's just come off the grill. Have you tried touching things that have just come off the grill? They're a little hot. Also, I'm not a fucking caveman. That would be weird. Once the fork was fetched, I took my food back to my bedroom and sat on the edge of my bed. I had a table to eat at, but Claire was still grilling and I knew she wanted to see me try it. After I pulled some meat off the rib bone and blew on it, I put it in my mouth. The first thing I noticed was how perfectly cooked the pork was, but then I wasn't terribly surprised by that. Okay. The second thing that hit me was a smoked apple flavour she told me about. And that was more sweetness, a touch of coffee and chipotle heat. I still don't know what chipotle is. She wasn't wrong about the colour being nice too. The smile that crept onto my face was all it took to make Claire light up. Oh god, she looks like a gormless dog again. The only thing you're missing by my camera being there is her fringe. It's great, right? I nodded and took another bite. Gran really liked it too. Gran? Okay. Claire's sunny eyes clouded just slightly. What's wrong? Nothing, just a lonely memory. Right. That's a bit weird. That's not something that... One, is normal to happen, and two, for you to bring up if it were to happen. Just you're having a happy moment, someone looks solemn. You're not going to be like, hey, you alright? Okay, that's fine. Just like, hey, you okay, man? And they're there to just go, no, I'm just miserable, mate. Like, that's a weirder response. Claire's smile turned sad as she went back to grilling her own food. Oh god, don't tell me that we remind her of her ex-boyfriend. Oh god, that would be horrible. Oh, it's so bright. I'm literally just going to have to play the game like this. See, I'm not just a human lamp, I promise. I never really got the chance to know Gran when her mind was good, but Grandpa used to tell me great stories about her. Oh, right, so you're getting sad about Granddad. She was really awesome, a spy in World War II. Then she became the first female cop in her division when the war was over. Yeah, wicked. Grandpa was her first partner, and boy, he was not happy. Was he not happy about it? Turns out that being a cop wasn't really good for his heart, so he retired early and became a butcher. Okay, this sounds fairly normal. Gran made it to police chef before she retired too. Then her mind started to go. Sometimes I wonder if she retired before she knew she was going to slip soon. This is a lovely conversation to be having. I'm sorry. It's okay. She and Grandpa had a swell time while she was still with us. It just makes me a little sad that I was really too young to get to know her. Fan-fucking-tastic. I opened my mouth to say something, but nothing came. I wouldn't know what to say here either. Just like... Excuse me? I'm confused. Man, I got super depressing on you. Yep. Claire forced a laugh. To tell you the truth, it wasn't really the sauce that did it. It was thinking about Gran a lot. I had to call Grandpa this morning to confirm cooking times for the sauce, and he got to talking about how happy she'd be that I took over the butcher's. Really out of the blue. It was nice to hear that, though. I mean, Grandpa wasn't too happy about me taking the place over. I mean, it's not exactly the sort of job a girly girl like me would want, you know? So hang on. He was fine with his wife being a spy during the Second World War, and then the first police officer in their division to be a woman. So he was progressive back in the 40s. And now at the ripe old age of like, oh god, like if he was alive during the 40s, say he was very, very young. Say he was 90 now. He's now decided that he's not too happy with a girl being a butcher? Are you kidding me? Like, I get that, you know, you get less progressive stereotypically as age goes on, but you've gone from, yeah, it's fine being a police officer and spy, one of the first ones, to being a butcher. Okay, sure. We'll do it. Why not? Why not? Yeah, Grandpa, I wanted you to be a dancer. Or why don't you go marry someone rich? Ugh. Much better options. Claire didn't really strike me as too girly, but I wasn't going to say that out loud. Why did you decide to do it? I'm not sure sometimes. Lots of good memories attached to that place, and I always had fantasies about marrying a nice guy who'd want to run it when Grandpa retired. But nice guys are really hard to come by, at least ones that meet my standards, and Grandpa wanted to move to Florida and was going to sell it. At the time, maybe I was going to save it until I met that guy. Then, next thing I knew, it was my life and I loved it. You're really good at it too. I know, right? Maybe he wasn't happy with her running the mid-store because she wanted to do something else. That's what I'm going to choose to believe than a grandfather who's randomly got less and less violently progressive as time goes on. Claire laughed and the dark mood in the room lifted dramatically. I still wouldn't mind running it with someone someday, but these days I'm attracted to guys who already have a good job. How lovely and shallow. Claire finished her meat and sat next to me. I only like guys who can increase my salary. Ugh. She started to, well, you know what I mean. She started to eat my ribs while hers cooled. I'd been so absorbed in our conversation that I hadn't touched them since. Ribs with an apple sauce. I'm not entirely sure I understand how that works. Emily would never just grab food off of my plate like that. Damn it, I kept thinking about Emily at the worst times. I was with Claire right now, not her. One conversation lulled to a stop as we ate. It didn't really occur to me that we could have moved to the table at any point. It didn't occur to Claire either, and she didn't really mind where we were sitting. When we were done, Claire started to pack up her things. Would you consider letting me use the sauce at work? I was genuinely curious about that, but I was mostly asking to break the silence. Claire looked at me like I'd suddenly grown a second head. No, of course fucking not. I'm not sure. I'd have to ask Grandpa. It's his recipe. Yeah, fucking no. That's okay, it's just really good and I wouldn't mind adding it to the menu, that's all. We can't add it to the menu. You can only use one vegetable. And unfortunately, apples isn't on there. That would be really great, actually. I think I might want to adjust it some before we did that, though. Mind being my lab rat? If it's as fun as today was, not at all. Claire smiled and I helped her get that cement table off of the fire escape. Want me to help you get to your car? Nah, I got it. It's not really that heavy and I didn't park too far away. I'll call Grandpa about the recipe tomorrow. He'll be asleep by now. I know what time it is. I guess it looks like evening outside. If he's up really early, that's fine. Okay, but there isn't a huge rush. Haha, okay. Right. And with that, Claire waved and carried her stuff out of my place. I wondered for a moment why she didn't want to take the bones with her for her dog, but then he probably gets bones all the time. Or, I don't know, maybe she thought I want them for some sort of weird brothel stew. I then remembered what the dog's name was and failed. It's Garm. Come on, guy, it's Garm. There has been less time passed since I started playing this game than you in-game. That's not true. Since we've met the dog. More time has passed in real life than you in the game. And you still don't remember Garm. Jesus. Damn it. Right, well, we can't do anything. We need to wait until the end of the day. Is it worth buying $58 worth of stuff, or can we just do that tomorrow? I think it might just be worth doing that tomorrow. Let's just sell any surplus ingredients we have. Oh, God. Alright, I guess. Alright, well, we're gonna need to create some stuff because we need to sell some stuff. So, delete. We'll put that on later once we go buying stuff again. But for now, I want a new recipe that is a carrot. And it's called a carrot. There's no really getting out of the way that it is indeed a carrot. $4 is like 20%, I think. 25%, that's good enough. On a new recipe that is green beans and garlic. Oh, that sounds horrible. But we need something which is $12.50 to attract the one woman who might buy something. I don't want to call it $.50, but I'm tempted to. Yeah, fuck it, that'll do. $12.50. And that's it, right? Because we have 2 carrots? Yeah, perfect. Open the restaurant! Oh my god, they bought something. So 2 minus bought a carrot and the first young lady bought the $.50. Yeah, that's what I thought would happen. Why do you have $12.50 and why are you going to a restaurant by yourself? It better be with her. Right, we have no inventory left. So, I guess we're sleeping, huh? Unless we can do something here. Do we start to get discounts yet? They've gone down a bit. But not too much. I mean, I'm really trying to force out nepotism. Rest! Resting will pass until the next part of the day. You sure you'd like to rest? Yes. And then I would also like to go to bed. It's getting late! It is indeed. Oh, there you go. Suddenly I don't look as white. I arrive at my bedroom. Time for sleep. So here we are, 1 week down, and I made my goal. That's awesome. I promised Mum that I would call her up and let her know how I did. Hello? Hey, Mum. Oh, Dave, I was expecting a call from you. Why do you sound so surprised then? How did this week go? Great, Mum. I've made $278 so far. Why cents? Are you that desperate to please? Jesus. That's great, son. We're very proud of you. In fact, we're thinking that next week you should be able to make a minimum of $500. What? Yeah, I thought that would happen, but I just thought it'd be $1,000. Are you still there? Yeah, that just seems like a lot more than last time. We've had some really loyal customers, but I'm having some problems getting more people to come in. Have you tried advertising? Advertising? There's a little shop round by a nice woman who goes by Moju, who you can go to advertise your business. I'll add it to the map. It's a very odd thing for my mother to say. I'll add it to the map. Okay. Doing so will give you both temporary as well as permanent increase in customers. It'll also change the kind of customers that will come into the store who will have different tastes and budgets. So she can also sell you upgrades to the restaurant and hire new staff on to handle the new people coming in. So I should buy upgrades to increase my max capacity. Exactly, otherwise people... And I go to an advertising person for this, not some sort of renovator. Okay, sure. We'll magically fit more people in. With 3 staff. Exactly, otherwise people will come and be unable to buy anything since they can't get a seat. That's not how you spell definitely. That is... no. It's better than spelling it defiantly, which I see a lot. When people mean definitely and they somehow spell defiantly and goes, yep, that looks good. Whatever. Good, now I've got to get ready for work, but you have a great day, son. Love you too. I hang up the phone and sigh. I have a lot of work ahead of me. Bay leaf and curry powder are now... Great. Broccoli and bok choy. Okay, I don't know what bok choy is, but it sounds interesting. Fish and venison are now available. None of those things say chicken on it. I now unlocked Moju's shop. Here you may purchase advertising to unlock new types of customers. In addition, advertising will increase how many customers will finish at the shop, but at the moment in the future, ads have a permanent increase to your customer base and a temporary bonus that will only last until the next day, so time your advertising wisely. I probably won't bother. I'm one of these people who never uses boosters. If you get items, that's fine. Right? I can use items because I may as well. What I'm not going to use is boosters. You know, buy things for this amount of booster. I probably just do it normally. Fetching multiple copies of the same ad will alter the frequency you'll see the customer catering to them in the store. New customers have their own stats and their own tastes and preferences. Yeah, okay, I get it. My usual morning routine was to get up, get clean, get dressed, get my keys, my phone and my wallet, and then go downstairs to the restaurant. Once I got there, I'd unlock, go to my office, empty my pockets into my desk, and then go to prep. I also wasn't usually as late getting the place open as I was today. I'm not sure what happened, really. I wasn't sick, I hadn't done anything too taxing yesterday, and yet my body just decided today was the day to sleep in. Your body is allowed to do that, as far as I'm aware. I mean, did you ask the boss? Did you call in advance and ask whether it was okay? He said it was okay? Okay, then it's fine. Dante was waiting in the back by the door that led him directly into the kitchen. He didn't say anything to me when I unlocked the door so he could come in, and the silence persisted as we put our things into my office. I really wish the guy would be more transparent about his annoyances sometimes. I mean, You had to be at least a little annoyed about being stuck out in the alley for 30 minutes. I know by 30 minutes because I was 40 minutes late, and Dante always showed up 10 minutes after I opened the place. So he was late, or you've never quite specified a time he should be coming in? I thought about asking him if he was annoyed, or maybe just apologising, but honestly I was still too tired from sleeping in to really bother. Okay, don't get me wrong, it is partly his fault, but it is also your fault, because you should have really have said sorry because you're the fucking manager. I doubt Dante cared one way or the other. Katie came in about 5 minutes before we were going to open our doors for lunch. I'd have preferred if she'd been there a bit earlier, but I really wasn't in the mood to bring it up. Besides, she was as sunny as ever, and I didn't want to ruin her mood. And it wasn't like we ever had customers lining up as soon as we were open, so she still had time to get ready and clean up some. The day was plodding on pretty normally. Dante and I got through lunch rush and started to prepare for dinner. And when my cell phone rang, I nearly had a heart attack. Why? Okay? I didn't really make a habit of having my phone on me while I was working. Usually one of the things in my pocket that I emptied onto my desk drawer, but I suppose today I'd been a little too distracted for that. Yeah, you were too busy being a shit manager. It is apparently a text message, so it only rang once, but still I heard Dante grunt lightly as he continued to prep the dinner menu. What dinner menu? We don't have any fucking ingredients. What are you doing? Oh, yes, these are... sorry, don't mind me. I'm just chopping air. It's another mild annoyance to add to his day, I suppose. I moved towards my office with the intent of putting the phone and other pocket contents where they belong, but I instinctively checked the text message on the way. It was from Claire. Apparently she had the pig paint ready for the restaurant. I decided to go, what? That was yesterday. I thought we were going to be a fucking guinea pig for it, and it's already ready? Ugh. I decided to send her a quick text back telling her to bring it over and before I put my phone away. You'd thought that Claire would be coming by shortly after her message, but I didn't see her until lunch rush. I'd almost forgotten she was supposed to come by at all. What with the stack of orders Dante and I were trying to crank out, we have no ingredients. What are we trying to serve here? Well, she comes during lunch rush. In a restaurant. Good luck getting any attention out of me, Claire. Good luck.